Welcome to a fangirl's world. I'm currently in the car right now. No reason particular. I'm literally outside my house, just sitting in the car. But I've been looking for places where it doesn't echo as much like my room does. Anyway, my brother just sent me a Snapchat. I don't know why. It's freaking hot out. You want to know how hot it is right now in Vegas? Let's wait a second. 101 degrees Fahrenheit. You see that? It's freaking hot. Anyway, today I'm talking about Pixar. I love movies. If anybody knows me, they know that I love movies, and Pixar movies is... I have to say, Pixar is one of my favorite, like, animated movie film people, because they basically wrote... Actually, they basically wrote all my childhood, like, movies, like, animated movies. Toy Story, Up, Monsters, Inc., The Incredibles, Finding Nemo, Finding Dory is out. Finding Dory is out now. Lots of my friends have seen it, and I haven't seen it yet, and I'm kind of angry about it, because I have to see Finding Dory. I mean, seen Finding Nemo? Nah, I need to see Finding Dory. Fun fact, Nemo means no one in Latin, so wouldn't it be like weird? Finding no one? That's not really a good, title. Finding Nemo sounds better. But Pixar, I have some facts here. I was looking up facts earlier, but I got a little bit lazy. Pixar timeline. So apparently, Pixar is a subdivision from Disney Studios. Pixar and Disney work together, and you see some Disney aspects in Pixar movies. Pixar is one of the most animated children's movies ever. The newer movies, Finding Dory, Inside Out. What else is there? I think those are like the only two new movies that I can remember so far, because Finding Dory is out now. But fun fact that I just learned, George Lucas was recruited. He wasn't recruited. Ed Catmull was recruited by George Lucas to be in charge of like the development of the technology film industry. And Steve Jobs actually entered the mix sometime too, and he established an independent company to be christened as Pixar. So how cool is that? Steve Jobs was one of the like creators with Pixar, like with a whole bunch of other people. That's super cool. My top favorite... Is that bug inside or outside? It's outside. My top 3 favorite Pixar movies would have to be Toy Story, the first one. Toy Story 3 made me cry. Like, just the ending. Andy's like, okay, she's like, I want Woody, and he's like, no, and he's like, no, and then he looks at her, and he's just like, he looks at Woody, and he's like, okay, it's time to go, buddy. And I'm not gonna cry over it, but I almost cried. And but Toy Story, I love The Incredibles, okay? And The Incredibles 2, 15 years I've waited for this movie. Incredibles 2 is coming out in 2019. I don't know the release date, but it's rumored. But I wouldn't say it's rumored. I mean, it's on... Wouldn't trust Wikipedia either. But it's rumored to be coming out in 2019. And I am so excited because The Incredibles 2, like... Are they older? Is Jack, like, no longer a baby? Is he a toddler? Is he like 6, 7? I don't know. I'm waiting for it. But Toy Story, The Incredibles, and what was the last one? Toy Story, The Incredibles. Oh, and Monsters, Inc. Monsters, Inc. has been with me like for like a long time. For as long as I can remember, Monsters, Inc. has been on my like top 3 list for Pixar movies, animated movies that I love. Anytime like anytime I'm bored, I kind of watch The Emperor's New Groove, but Monsters, Inc. would be my go-to movie, too, if I can't figure out anything to watch. Just like Boo, and she calls him Kitty. It's like, whatever, you get my gist. Pixar is amazing, and you know, in the beginning part, there's this Luxor, is what they call the lamp. It's the lampshade, you know, the one that like hops on screen and he's like playing with the Pixar ball thing, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna jump on this ball, and then it pops, and he's just like, oh, nobody saw that. Yeah, Luxor. I think he's become like the center, what is that, I wouldn't say spokesperson, because Luxor doesn't speak, but the face of Pixar, I believe, is Luxor. And also like the Pixar ball, because you see the Pixar ball in almost all the Pixar movies. The Pixar ball was in Monsters, Inc. The Pixar ball was in Up. You see it. Luxor Jr. I kept saying Luxor. Luxo is what the lampshade name is. Luxo Jr. they actually made a movie for him, and not a movie, but like a short film. Pixar is mostly famous for their feature films, but mostly their short films. Luxo Jr. Isn't that the name of the bear in Toy Story 3, Luxo? I don't know. But I was born in the 90s, so I've seen at least most of the Pixar movies, animated Pixar movies. Toy Stories, all the Toy Stories, seen Finding Nemo, The Incredibles, Brave. WALL-E, I'm not a big fan of. WALL-E is just, I don't know how to describe WALL-E. It's like the character is talking, but you know, it's a robot, so it's all like beep boop bop beep boop, and then the other robots all like WALL-E and all that stuff. I can't get into the movie. I just can't. But I watched it because, you know, I cannot pass up a Pixar movie. I have to see Finding Dory. I still haven't seen the good. That's what I deal with every day. Toy Story, wait, what was I talking about? See, it's gonna come back around too, so I'm gonna have to pause again. But I forgot what I was talking about because of that stupid plane. Toy Story came out, the first ever one came out in 1995, and it actually grossed. It says here that it was the world's first computer animated feature film. So they've only been making like short films because that's what Pixar is mostly famous for. Toy Story was the first ever feature film, which it has high gross rate, and it was made in 1995, making, I quote, 192 million domestically and 362 million worldwide. These are dollars. It was not nominated. Toy Story will be nominated for Best Original Song, Best Score. One thing, okay, have you guys heard about the Pixar theory? How, like, all the films are actually connected and how it's actually Boo, like, throughout the film. There's this theory. I need to find it, because me explaining it myself, that's not good. But the gist of the theory is that Boo is actually going through time to find Kitty, Sully. But, let me find it for you guys. This is an actual, look at this! Okay, the Pixar theory, all of Pixar movies actually exist within the same universe. So, we're gonna go in chronological order. Holy shit. Okay, they're doing it in chronological orders, like the Pixar movie chronological order. So it starts off with Brave, and Meredith is discovering what the Wisps, you know, Brave, curly hair. I love the animation in this movie because they got her curls and just like, I forget how long it took, but it took like animators spent time on each and every one of Murda's curls, and I love it. Murda's curls. And eventually the magic from the will of the power of the whisk leads to the birth of superheroes, blah blah blah. Alright. The next stop is Incredibles. So the Incredibles, it talks about how, like, you know, how Buddy wanted to take over the world and how he made the machines and all that stuff, and the machines were going against the supers. It says eventually toys start to absorb and draw their powers from zero-point energy, unseen energy that travels in wavelengths, which leads us to Toy Story. And this is like the first time we see toys and all that stuff. And the toys discover, you know, what happens to toys. We discover, like, what happens to toys when they're isolated from enemies. Toy Story 2. So it's connecting it. So, like, Brave was set in, like, the 14th to 15th century. Incredibles came out around Incredibles is set in, like, the 1950s, 1960s. Toy Story, 1997 to 1998. Toy Story 2, 1999. It says that the toys discovered that it's dangerous for them to be isolated from humans. And so they start to question their purpose in life and whatnot. And Jessie resents her owner for Emily. You know, Jessie, she's in the second one. She's the cowgirl, and she resents her owner, Emily, for abandoning her. Almost dropped this. Resentment towards humans was not only carried by inanimate objects, but animals as well, which leads us to Finding Nemo. In Finding Nemo, Marlin is actually searching for Nemo. Hey! I'm gonna ruin your childhood the way my biology teacher ruined my childhood. Apparently, I'm going off on a tangent here. Apparently, male clownfish, if they lose their mate and they have children, they actually form into the female and they search after the child, and they mate with their child. So technically, Marlin was finding Nemo to mate with him, so he can change into a girl. Yeah, that's what my biology teacher told me. You ruined my childhood, so I ruined yours. But Dory was... So in here it says Dory was one of the animals that was experimented on, and she grew resentment for humans as well, for polluting the environment, and then Rats became more curious and started getting human characteristics, which leads us to Ratatouille. Mind you, the character's name in it, the rat, is not Ratatouille, people. I've seen that floating around the internet. His name isn't Ratatouille, his name is Remy. Get it right. Anyway, Remy loves to cook, and Ratatouille is they say it's a peasant dish. I don't know. I've never tried it. Kind of want to try it because of this movie. This movie also makes me cry. It ends happily, though, but, in a bad way. But Remy discovers his love for cooking, and he displays human characteristics, aka, cooking, talking. Humans, to us humans, their talking is just squeak, 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 squeak. I seem really weird right now. I'm going off on a Pixar tangent because I love Pixar. And I love movies. And guys, look. I have the time turner from Harry Potter. It's Hermione's. Yeah. Okay, so Ratatouille, he's cleaning his hands, he's reading, blah blah blah. We see that Remy's rat. That car, you guys see this car? I'm not even going to show it, but it's like Star Wars type, and there's an R2-D2 in the back of it. That is so cool. We see that Remy's rat clan does not approve of the humans and feels both fear and hate towards them, which for some reason leads us back to Toy Story 3. 3 years later, Toys gone through. It's so freaking hot. Lotso. It's not Luxo. It's Lotso. The bear name in Toy Story 3. Lotso hates humans, as we can all see. And he wants to, like, kill off any toy that wants to be with him. Don't know why. I'm trying to, like, it's telling us that it's all connected. And so the Pixar theory is that they're all, like, connected in one whole... They're all connected in one whole universe. And that, but there's another theory how Boo is actually the witch and Brave, and she's like going through time trying to find Sully. She's trying to find Kitty. So that's one of the theories. But Pixar isn't harder than it looks, because I actually did a research on DreamWorks when I was in film studies. But Pixar is great, and if you haven't seen Finding Dory yet, which is me, I recommend going to see it. Okay, so in other news, I'm on the Pixar webpage right now, so go to Pixar.com if you want more information. I'll link that stuff below. But upcoming movies, we have Cars 3, which, you know what, Cars wasn't that bad of a movie. I was like, eh. And then they made Planes, and I was like, okay, hold up there. You kind of get in, but whatever. Cars 3 is coming out. Is that it? Oh, okay. Some movie called Coco. Toy Story. What? What? They're making a Toy Story 4, you guys. And its release date is June 15, 2008. This is coming from Pixar.com. This is like legit. So there's going to be a Toy Story 4. What is that going to be about? Like, Andy is no longer there. And I thought the third one's over. Incredibles 2, I'm ready for it. It is 2019. Okay. Release date is June 21st. Write this stuff down. I am going to link you guys. But yeah, the 4 movies we should all be looking out for is Cars 3, Coco, Toy Story 4, and Incredibles 2. You guys, I'm going to be that one teenager. I'm 19, man. This is like my last year as a teenager. But I'm going to be... I just had that... So, I won't even be a teenager when The Incredibles come out. I'll be like, what is it? It's 2016. Next year I turn 20. So that's 2017. 2018 I turn 21. I'll be 22 in a line with like middle schoolers or like third graders trying to see The Incredibles. Okay, if you see me there, watch out for me. Be like, hey Jasmine, what's up? I'm like, yeah, you see it too. Okay, but I'm gonna be like that one adult. Probably not. You're gonna see a whole bunch of adults in line waiting for The Incredibles 2, and we will not. Some of them may have children, others not, because you know this is our childhood and we miss it. 15 freaking years. Why? And I went off on a tangent. This video is all over the place, but it's about Pixar and yeah. So go see Finding Dory. Watch Finding Nemo first if you haven't. I mean, you don't have to, but it's nice to watch Finding Nemo and then see Finding Dory. Ellen DeGeneres, I love you. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe.